Hey, it's me, Vicki Marie, and happy Friday. Happy Friday. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to everyone who supports my channel in any way. Thanks to all of you that like my videos. Don't forget to like. Thank you to all my members. Thank you to everyone who sends me an email, who has bought me a super, or bought me a Ko-fi, or anyone who's PayPal'd me, anyone who's supported the channel in any way. Thank you so much. I really couldn't do it without you, because as you know, sometimes doing true crime channels, you do get some hassle sometimes. So it's when all you lovely people out there that make me want to do this channel, make me carry on. So thank you. And I mean that literally from my heart. I hope, and oh my goodness, so we're going to look at the case of Summer Wells, which I literally have never looked at before, because I've sort of seen it because it pops up on everybody, on lots of, you know, on my YouTube channels, because I follow a lot of true crime channels. So things are always popping up about Summer, bless her little heart. But I have avoided it because, as you know, I don't really like to do child cases. But few days, and then a lot of my subscribers and members have said to me, oh yeah, we'd really like you to cover it, and so I am. So thanks for that, because well, I'm sure you know, any of you that know anything about this case, it's taken me on a hell of a ride, if you like. It is it's crazy, you know. It's so sad. It's so sad because, you know, at the end of the day, at the heart of this case is a little girl who was only 5 years old when she went missing. I think it was in 2001, and just disappeared. Poof, vanished. 1 minute she was there at home playing with her toys in Tennessee, and the next minute she was gone. Poof. And I'll tell you, some of the, well, I'll be telling you as I go along, there's been some freaky things as I've gone through this, the research to talk about this case. You know, I think I was meant to look at it. I don't, you know, I'm not saying I'm going to solve it. Of course, I'm not going to solve it. But I feel like maybe it's on the brink of being solved. They feel, you know, it feels like this development's going on. It's one of those again, isn't it, where you feel like the police know a lot, but they're not divulging it. They're just waiting for that smoking gun, for that last piece of evidence, aren't they? Now, the let me just, oh, there's something I was looking at things on my phone. I've only just come downstairs because I was watching the news about the hostages being released, 2 hostages being released. And there's something that, gosh, I've got so many things to show you. And I just need to get one more thing up. No. Yeah. Because every time I start looking at things in this case, something else comes up, doesn't it? It's incredible. There's so much to it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cover it all in one, you know, one live. I've just said to my son, I think I'll be quite a long time on this live because there's just so many things to go through. Let me just see there. Okay, so that's another thing that I've got. I've got I've got about 15 things lined up to talk to you about this case. I'm running out of room. at the top of my computer to fit all these windows that I've got open, because there's so many things to look at, isn't there? So yeah, so first of all, Summerwell was in June. She was 5 years old. She's now, she would now be 7. Well, she is now 7. We have to hope that she's still alive, but of course it looks very unlikely, bless her heart. But this is the longest ever Amber Alert in American, you know, ever since Amber Alerts were started in America. Summerwell's is the longest ever Amber Alert that has existed. So what I'm going to, so let's chat. But first of all, I'm going to say hello to everybody. So I can see there's quite a lot of you there, and you've all been talking to each other. Hi Desi, hi Chumba, hi gorgeous Chumba, hi Princess. I know this beauty, she is. Let's just get I've got some photos. As I'm saying hello to everyone, I'm going to have her photo in the background, because that makes us feel close to her. I do feel close. Oh, I've got something to tell you, really, you know, that I sometimes have strange sort of, what's the word? Sometimes I have strange experiences, let's say, spiritual experiences that, you know, I don't know what they are. Anyway, this is Summer. So these are the photos of Summer and her family. Let's find a nice batch of photos to. Oh, they're all beautiful photos. I mean, she's a beautiful little girl, or she is a beautiful little girl. You know, it's difficult, isn't it? Because you want, I'm sort of talking about in the past tense, but we don't know that she's in the past tense. Okay, so I think you can see the photo of it, yeah. So let me carry on saying hello. So, yes, please hit the like. Hi, Rio, you're watching Formula One. I just don't like Formula One. I wish I could get into it. I have tried, because I've known lots of people who love it. And you're praying for your man, Lewis Hamilton. Okay, well, let us know how it's going. Hi, David. Hi, Tina. Hi, Angela. Hi, Shelley. Hope you're okay. It's funny, you're chatting about dress sense of F1 drivers. Oh, God. Anyway, sorry. No, I'm not reading it. I'm just going to say hello. Hi, Desi. You know what I'm like? I get into reading it, then I get totally distracted. Oh. Hi, Heather. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much. Saskia. Hi, Saskia. It's great to see you here again. I hope you're feeling a bit better. Oh, Shelley's not having a very good time at the moment. Oh, I haven't missed anyone, have I? If I do miss anyone, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to go through it quickly. Hi, Phyllis. Hi, Jackie. Oh, right. Okay. And hi, everyone at home, because I know not everybody wants to join in the chat. So everyone who's at home watching, hi to you as well, and thanks for watching. So the thing with this, sorry, I've got a couple of windows that I can close down. I'm going to just get rid of them, so I'm not, just makes it a little bit easier. This case, where do I start? So I think probably most people know, you know, apart from me who didn't know much about it, because I've just sort of avoided it. But yes, Summer disappeared in 2021 from her own house, where supposedly she was playing with her toys 1 minute, and then the next minute she was gone. And she lived with her parents, Candace and Don Wells, and her 3 brothers. Also, I think on the same land, because they live in this place that we will be seeing where they live later. They seem to have a lot of land outside, you know, and it's sort of a bit in the middle of nowhere. Now, suspicion has been thrown onto the parents. I think the parents are caught, well, and just before I was about to do this live as well, one of my favorite YouTubers, JLR Investigates, he released a video on that. So we're going to, on Don Wells. So we're going to be looking at that, what he's had to say, his latest update on it. But, you know, we have to remember, I think, you know, they are the prime suspects. According to JLR, from the contacts he's got, and we know he's got good contacts, you know, the police aren't looking for anybody else in connection with this. They're convinced that the answers lie with the parents, and particularly Don. And for that reason, they're actually not looking for anyone else. So who knows? Maybe, you know, they obviously know things we don't. But the first thing that I found that I absolutely knew nothing about this case, that I knew nothing about, and I don't know if you know or not, but Summer is not the first person in her family to go missing. Now, I would say that when one of your family members goes missing, that's, you know, is obviously tragic. And this person has never been found, and I'm going to tell you about her in a moment. Well, I would say that where one family member goes missing, then another one goes missing, there's something wrong in that family. You know, I mean, you know, the police always start with the family first anyway, don't they? That is just a fact of life, that most people that go missing, or a MURDERE deed, they are, it is family members who do it. So, you know, the police will always say they start on the inside, eliminate everyone from there, and then they work outwards. That is just standard police procedure. But of course, I don't know if you knew, but I certainly didn't know. Let me just find. Sorry, I've just got to find the. I've got to find the window that just opened. Okay, so we're going to look at the fact that whether you, I don't know if you knew or not, but Summer Wells's aunt, Rosemary Bly, she's missing as well, and she's been missing. Well, when Summer disappeared, Rosemary Bly, who's her maternal aunt, so she's the sister of Candace, the mother. But there are two Candaces, that's confusing as well. You've got Candace, who's the mother, and Candace, the grandmother. And this is Candace's sister, which, let me just make sure you can see that. I think so. She went missing 10 years before Summer went missing. And she was 21 years old. What does it say? Hi, this is the FBI missing person poster, if you like, or communication. Yeah, they must have suspicions that it's a murder for the FBI to be involved. Anyway, so she's white female, 21 years old, 5 foot, so quite short. You know, I mean, I'm a short ass, I'm taller than that. I'm 5'2", 110 pounds. So there's nothing to her, basically. Hair colour brown, eye colour brown, hairstyle varied. She has this tattoo, these 2 red cherries. She has piercings in her ears and navel. And it goes on to give the details of her description. So Rosemary, sorry, not her description, her disappearance. Rosemary Bly was last seen leaving her residence in I never know how to pronounce these words. Falls, Wisconsin, en route to Cushing, Wisconsin, which is a distance of 5 miles. Her car was recovered 5 days later in Grantsburg, Wisconsin, in a parking lot typically used by truck drivers to park their tractor trailers. This parking lot is approximately 30 miles from her residence. And the FBI are asking people to submit a tip. Now, did you know that? Did you know that Summer's aunt was also missing and never been found? To me, that's too much of a coincidence straight away. I mean, I know it does have, some families just seem to have really bad luck. I know that. But I'm not sure about that. Now, I looked into that a bit more. I'm going to close that window down now so that I've got less windows. When I was looking into that, of course, you know, there was lots of Summer's case has been a bit like the Madeleine McCann case or the Nicola Bulley case. There's so much, it's gone on for so long, and there's so much mystery surrounding it. There are a lot of, you know, social media. There is a lot of social media interest in it. And in the end, the police did say, look, only give us tips, you know, that don't give us tips that you've seen on social media videos, YouTube videos, etc. Theories that you've seen and heard from social media. People only give us tips that are, you know, definite, which is fair enough, because we all know that YouTubers do sometimes sort of make things up a little bit, or anyway, I shouldn't say that, but apparently it has happened in this case. So as I was looking around trying to sort of research for this, one of the things that I came across was a Facebook post. And again, Facebook, you can't believe it, but they, you know, you let me know, because I bet there's some of you out there that probably know more about this case than me, because this literally is the first day that I've ever researched this case. So everything that I found out today, which is, you know, there's only so many hours in a day, and I had other things to do as well. I've tried my best to, and this is what I'm saying, there's so much, isn't there? There's so much involved in this case. And then this person was saying that Candace had murdered her own sister, and apparently she admitted it to a friend, and there was a recording of it, and she'd admitted to her that she had buried her somewhere, and then the people who own the house wouldn't give permission to the police to dig it up. You know, I think that's a load of rubbish, because I don't think the police need permission from a homeowner to dig something up. If they can get a warrant, obviously they go to the court. If they've got, like, if they had an actual recording of Candace admitting to doing this, you know, they would go to the court, and the court would give them a warrant. So I think that's a load of rubbish. So I don't know. I need to look into that case now, I feel, as well, into the case of Summer's aunt. You know, what have been the developments there? What have the theories been there? So it's interesting, isn't it? How do two people go missing in mysterious circumstances in one family? So that makes you worry now. Makes me worry now. Did you know, is there a place? Is there a particular place that these bodies, if they're bodies, because presumably, because Summer's aunt hasn't been seen for so long, you know, you can't think after 10 years and with no evidence of life, it's not likely that she's going to be alive. And the same, unfortunately, with Summer, when a child goes missing for 2 years, it'd be unlikely for her to be found alive, but not unheard of, because it does happen in kidnapping cases. It does happen, doesn't it? Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to say about this very strange thing about you know, that her aunt had gone missing as well. Now, right, where do I go next? Honest to God, I've got so much to tell you. It's incredible. Right, I'd like to show this Sun article. As much as I don't like the Sun, really, it does have interesting things. So let's have a look. Now, it's from quite a long time ago. Let's see, where's the date? You never find the date on these things. Oh, so it was later that same year when she disappeared, 6th of December. A lot of people made a big thing of this video that was made of Summer in her garden, in the grounds to her house. And there was this for sale, this drum with for sale written on it, and Summer was in front of it. So a lot of people were saying, oh, you know, she'd been sold, she'd been trafficked. You know, I don't know. I don't know. But from what I could gather today, the police are not looking for anybody else in connection with this crime. Oh, look at her. I mean, she's, bless her. So apparently she'd been in the front yard planting flowers with her mother Candace and her grandmother, who's also called Candace. And when Bly claims the girl suddenly went inside at around 6:30 p.m. to go and play with her toys in the basement. Now, what is it? It seems like most of these crimes that I've looked at lately in America always seems to happen around 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock in the evening. That's when Rachel Marin went for a walk. That's when Miriam, the other lady that was killed on a trail, she went for a walk at 6. That's when Charlotte Senna was kidnapped around about 6. What's going on at 6 o'clock in the evening in America with all the, you know, it seems like quite a dangerous time. Anyway, she claims that when she went to check on her daughter later that evening, she found the basement empty and the door to it unlocked. And they insist, her and the father, Donwells, insist that their daughter was kidnapped. They believe she was forcibly abducted and bundled into a car. Now, this red car has reminded me that the only thing that gives a possibility that it might have been something to do with anyone else is there was a red pickup truck that was reported in the area. And the owner of that has never been found, or, you know, they've never traced who that red pickup truck belonged to. So that's a possibility of somebody else being in the area. Now, I need to say, because let's think about Charlotte Senna. She was kidnapped by somebody else. So, you know, it does happen. So it'd be nice if Summer's story ended the same. Charlotte Senna was eventually found safe and well, wasn't she, in that guy's trailer. It would be lovely if that happened with Summer as well, that she was found safe and well somewhere. Hopefully nothing happened to her, but anyway, you know, in an SEX way. But yeah, bless her. Bless her soul. Anyway, so that was just something I wanted to show you. What else have I got here? Let me put that down. I've got to work my way through all these things. Right, now the other thing is both Don Wells and her mother, Candace Wells, have got TikTok accounts, social media accounts, YouTube accounts, you know, which I've looked at, and they're really, in my opinion, a little bit strange. I don't know if you've seen them or not. Let me just come back, make sure I've missed anyone coming in. I don't think so. Yes, apparently she had her hair shaved often because Jackie was saying, where's her hair? Because she was a tomboy. Her dad said she was a tomboy. When he shaved his hair, she liked to have her head shaved as well, but I don't know if it's true or not. Okay, so let's have a look at some of these social media accounts. Now, the first one I want to look at is Candace's TikTok account, which is really odd, I think. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. So this is Candace Donnywells W. Very strange. Some of the things. Now, of course, a lot of them are sort of sideways up. So obviously she didn't know how to turn the phone around and take them properly. What is this one? Now, I may have to turn the sound down on it because a lot of them, you can watch the video, but the music that's on it, YouTube might be copyright as far as YouTube's concerned. So let's have a look at these. Are these?
All these horses in my car got me going fast. I just want.
You see there's music on them all. So this was Summer. That's made me dizzy. That one of these is Summer, I think. So this was in 2020. Yeah, so it was before Summer went missing. It's hard to tell which is Summer and which are the boys because they've all got that shaven hair. But one of those is Summer. Okay. Now let's go to look at the others. Here's a similar one. Oh, there you go. She's got a bit longer hair there. That must be her in the middle here. There they are again on the swings. I mean, these are normal enough, but wait till you see some of the ones further down. Now, I don't know about you, but if you've seen Candace at all, she does seem like she maybe has got some learning difficulties herself, which doesn't mean to say she's not capable of doing horrible things. Here's Summer. Now, people have got a real downer on Candace and Don, of course. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. A load of ants running around. What's that for? That's revolting. That's them all. These are family ones. These look more or less normal, but there's ones further on that aren't normal. Yeah, she didn't always have her hair shaved. Okay. So Candace obviously likes her social media. She's taken lots of pictures. These were, where are we now? We're still in 2020. That one looked like the kids were in like an animal crate. Yeah, again, I can't put the music on. It just seems to be Candace looking at the phone and some music going on. Don't really know what the purpose of that is, but anyway. Big money, little skies. Now, it's important to say that a month after Summer went missing, the boys were taken off, Don and Candace, and they'd been put in child protection services. We're going to have a little update on that from JLR in a minute. Oh, dear me. That's strange, but I expect boys would like things like that. I don't know how to do those things. So she can't be that sort of thing if she knows how to do things like that. It's quite clever, isn't it? So you could do that for your maths on the Thursday, you members, instead of buying a mask, if you could learn how to do that. I have received a virtual one, actually. Yeah, so she knows how to do all this. This again, this was before Summer went missing, but it maybe gives us an idea of Candace. I'm not sure how old she is actually. Right, there's Summer on the swings. The ones that are really, look. So here's Candace. Looks like she's insane clown pose. See if you could work out how to do that, you members, for your masks for Halloween. I don't know who this is. So, well, someone's saying there in the comments, this is the kid that was swimming with Summer in the lake. Oh, yeah, we see a little interview with him shortly. There you go, there's Mum. But she's talking about marijuana here, about the devil's lettuce, as someone, YouTuber I follow calls it. So, as I say, I'm not going to play the music because I know YouTube won't allow it, but it's about marijuana. Is this Summer? I think this might be Summer. I think she might look up in a minute. Oh no, it's Candace. Dear me. Well, there's nothing wrong with these. At the end of the day, a lot of people put on videos, don't they? That's quite clever, I thought. Huh. Yeah, some strange, I don't know, some strange videos. Oh, Fuck With Me, this song is called, that's playing. Fuck With Me. And that's, you know, that's what you put your daughter, the song that you put on for a video that you're taking with your daughter. Oh, this is her friend, though, who later in her interview we're going to see, she does turn against her. There's the clown again. They're really odd, these. I mean, I don't know how to do these sort of videos, but I don't think I would want to be honest. What's this one? It's quite normal. I think this must be a friend's daughter. These make me go dizzy that are sort of to the side, upside down. In fact, they all make me go dizzy. But yeah, they're all still up there. We don't know who this little girl is. Must be a daughter of a friend. There they are in the creek having a good time. Oh, he said F-U-C-K, that boy then. I mean, to be fair, they all seem to be having fun, but who knows? You never know what's really going on, do you? But they just seem strange. This is Summer. Not very nice, are they? I'm just going to come back to you and see what you're all thinking of these. What do you think of the TikTok? TikTok, I should say. Anyway, so there you go. Let's see, what's the next thing I want to show you? Right, I'm going to show you a News Nation short clip. They're always interesting. So this was a short clip. Well, if you like a clip. Well, it's 32 minutes. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but we're going to look at some of this. I'll put the sound. They should get.
But he does hope that he gets them back. I want to show you once again the age progression photo of Summer Wells, what she would look like now, as I welcome in our News Nation reporter from that area of the country, Johnson City, Tennessee, Ansley Daniel. She's been on this case since the beginning. Ansley, thank you for being here. As we look at this age progression of what Summer would look like now 2 years later, what impression are you getting from law enforcement as to why they're releasing this now, the timing of this new photo?
So the last time I spoke to TBI was via email. They are not doing any updates.
I've got to say, I don't really like these age progression photos. But to me, you sort of look at that and I think, how would you look like that after 2 years? She looks completely different. Maybe by the time she's 12 or 13. But personally, I don't see that she would look like that. But they're the experts. I'm just giving my opinion, and I don't know what my opinion is worth. Let me just go back to it.
Be 7 years old.
How would
now
you look like that?
All of the attention,
for a start, her eyes are completely different.
In this case has led to no tips, no leads for investigators, but it has led to harassment towards her parents, and they have been at the center of the investigation.
Yeah, so she did have longer hair at one point, and then suddenly she's got this shaven hair. Now, Don Wells, he said, I was watching a video where earlier, he said it was because he shaved his hair off and she just wanted to have her hair like daddy.
Law enforcement remain tight-lipped about what they know and what they have as evidence. But Summer's father did sit down with News Nation recently. He maintains his innocence and he wants to keep his daughter's story in the headlines. This is Summer Wells. The 5-year-old lived at this house in Rogersville, Tennessee, a tight-knit community of less than 5,000 people. On June 15th, 2020.
That's it. So there's less than 5,000 people live in this community. You know.
21. Her parents say Summer was helping plant flowers with her mom and grandmother.
And she wanted to go into the house. My wife watched her go into the door, and she went into the house, and the boys were on the internet, of course. She wanted to go downstairs and play with her toys.
I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight.
2 years after her parents, Don and Candace Wells, gave those accounts, that's still all we know about the last time Summer was seen. Almost immediately, Summer's parents became the center of a police investigation.
Summer's parents, Candace and Dawn, had something to do with this, or have you ruled that out?
We haven't ruled anything out. Everything's possible.
Could she have gotten herself into a situation where it wasn't her fault, but
no,
you know what I mean?
No, she's a good mother. She loves her children. She's not going to allow any situation like that. The biggest mistake she might have made is maybe choosing some wrong friends, which is, it happens.
Don Wells pleaded guilty to driving under the influence last year. Candace also filed an order of protection against him.
Yeah, now that's interesting because Candace, at one point, she filed an order of protection against him. So there obviously was violence in the home. She then retracted it.
But asked for it to be dismissed. He now faces criminal charges in 3 states, including a domestic assault arrest in 2020. 2 years later, investigators have not charged either Don or his wife in connection to Summer's.
So there's violence there, isn't there? There's aggression and violence that, she filed that domestic violence suit against him and then withdrew it. But then he's got another one, I presume, from another person. I don't know.
disappearance.
Everybody makes mistakes, and we all have to learn and go on. We're doing better. It's still very rough for my wife.
Don Wells sat down with News Nation to talk about where the case stands today. His wife hasn't sat down for an interview since this appearance on Dr. Phil in 2021, where she walked out of an interview in Texas.
No, I'm being interrogated again, and I don't want to do this anymore. Yes, I am.
I mean, the thing is, if you are innocent, I just can't imagine what that would feel like. That if you are innocent, she reminds me a bit of Shannon Matthews' mother. You know, like she's not quite, you know, she has got some learning difficulties of some kind. But of course, if she then also takes drugs and drinks, etc., that's not going to help, is it? They seem like an unlikely couple to me. I don't know, but of course, you know, it takes all sorts, doesn't it?
We'll stop. I want you to feel comfortable.
Since Summer's disappearance, Don says their life has been consumed by harassment from people online who believe they're responsible for whatever happened to Summer.
Before you know it, you're getting a mob going. My wife could go to the store and somebody would scream at her, baby killer.
He sent us videos from one of his job sites where some people were demanding to speak with him about the case.
You know, this is not on, is it? I mean, whatever. You let the police do their job. It's nothing to do, you know, you can't go mob-handed to harass someone at work. And in fact, you're probably detracting from the investigation. And when and if it is done, if he has done something, and when and if the police decide to take him to trial, all these things, they don't help with the trial. You know, the police need evidence to convict him, and also then they, you know, anything you can lead to, even if they find it guilty, you know, he ends up being found guilty, then his lawyers are going to appeal it, and any of these kind of things, they're detrimental to him if he is guilty, to him staying, you know, in prison.
We're gonna follow you. We're gonna wait here all day.
Don says it's gotten so bad he had to leave the state. Now the two live in a motel in Arkansas, where Don was able to find a new job.
So they've had to leave their home, go and live in Arkansas in a motel, because of course they haven't got the children anymore because Summer's disappeared. The two boys have been taken off him. And I'm going to give you an update on that in a moment. No matter what, you know, you can't do that. People should not do that, because that is making life harder for the police. It's making justice harder.
As for Summer's case, Don says they have private investigators working with police. The Hawkins County Sheriff's Office is still working alongside the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Both agencies declined to give us an interview. Don says he hasn't learned anything new from police, but has always said he believes Summer was abducted. In the past, the sheriff said there's no evidence that happened.
Nothing pointing to abduction, nothing pointing to foul play, other than her walking outside the house and not being found.
There was also a key tip from a neighbor in 2021. A woman and her teen children told police they heard a scream about an hour before Summer went missing.
I wish every day that when I heard that scream, I hadn't tried to dismiss it.
But the sheriff said after multiple interviews, that tip led nowhere. One clue they're still looking for is a pickup truck seen in the area around the time Summer vanished.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is the only other thing that they've not been able to, you know, that makes them think might be anything to be outside the family, is this pickup truck that they've not been able to track down.
Described as a red or maroon Toyota truck with ladders on the back. Even if it's found, police aren't sure if the truck is connected to the case.
I do have hope. Whatever the outcome is, I have hope in God. One day, either sooner or later, I will be with my daughter again.
Yeah, one day, sooner or later, he'll be with his daughter again. Okay. All right, let's get rid of that. I've got so many other things to show you. You all okay? Yeah, they're a strange family. Anyway, but that doesn't make them murderers, of course. You know, sometimes then you've got to think, look at the McCanns, you know, but because they were doctors, middle class, they never got really, you know, they never got, in my eyes, they never got investigated properly. But anyway, that's a whole nother story, isn't it? Okay, let's see what we've got next. So many things. What's this? Right, now we're going to have a look at the YouTube channel of the family, or at least of Don. So let's have a look at that. Okay. I was watching a bit. So this is one of the videos that this video was put on in June the 15th. So it was, I think it must have been 2 years, year 2, yeah. And this was a video that it was put on. Now, I think I'm okay to use this. Let's see, it did say that you can use them. If it's got music on, I might have to turn this. I think it is only music.
Utah Wells, you are the most beautiful angel.
Yeah. I have to turn the volume down because it's just a song, and I know that the song won't be allowed on YouTube. Well, it's allowed for them, but they might have got the license for it. Now, they've got professional, you know, they've got a media team. Who did that? The McCanns did that, didn't they, as well? Got a media team involved. They get these videos get produced, you know. So they tell you all these different tributes that you're allowed to do. Yeah, for the anniversary of when she went missing. Here's the Amber Alert. It gives you all these different things that they want you to do to honour Summer, bless her. Okay, now there's more videos that I wanted to. Hang on. Now, what was the other video? Yeah, well, let's have a look at the actual channel. So this is, you know, anyone can go on this. This is the Summer Moon Utah Wells. This is the Don Wells family official channel, so you can go in and go on and watch any of the videos. Subscribe. In fact, I might subscribe so that I get information actually. So that is that one. What's the next one? Right, now we've looked at that. Now, this was while Don was in prison, he released a letter to his daughter's kidnappers a year ago. This was. So he released this letter. I'm going to play this for you. It's get the sound on.
Have been very public about their search for Summer, though as the months go by, they've expressed worry about ever getting a resolution to their heartbreak.
Well, yeah, I wonder if I'll ever see her again. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to lose hope, but yeah, I guess I am losing hope that I'll ever see her again. But yeah, I pray for her all the time.
In the letter, Don Wells talks about the lives ruined from Summer's parents to her brothers. He says the person has also touched everything, including their chance for employment. He says he doesn't know if he'll ever find a job. After being fired from 13 years, and Summer's mother, Candace, can't get anyone to hire her. The handwritten letter goes on to beg the kidnappers to give their little girl back before God's wrath descends on them, adding, one day, God will hold you accountable for this crime unless you do something to make this right. Please do the right thing and turn our daughter over to the authorities. It ends with the line, we're begging you with all our hearts, please do the right thing, Summer's father. Nikhil Smith, News 2.
Well, the website says.
Okay, so he wrote a letter to the kidnappers, whoever they are. Okay, now the next thing I want to show you is this was because they're a bit like sort of they go around all these public events. This is. I mean, I don't know if they did it or not. I mean, it seems like they are prime candidates, but who knows? You've got to keep an open mind. Now, they went to this town celebration and they had their picture taken with Eric Estrada. I don't know if you remember who Eric Estrada is. He was an actor in Chips, which was like so they went to this celebration for missing people. It was a celebration for missing people, and got their picture taken with Eric Estrada, and they got him to autograph. Let's see if I can find the actual picture. They got him to autograph the missing poster, and they put it all over their social media. Where's the picture? Right, I can't find the picture on here. Anyway, it was like they were there. They had I don't know, a stand, I suppose, to raise awareness for Summer going missing. God, they put music on everything. I can't have the music on. I'm probably better off just trying to find the picture. Let's put that on. So yeah, so they went along to this, and Eric Estrada just happened to be there. And they had their photo taken with him. Now, he actually put a disclaimer out afterwards and said, look, or his agent did, or his publicity people did, and said, look, it was he just happened to be there, and he had his picture taken with them. They asked him for the picture taken. He signed the missing poster, but he put out a disclaimer that did not mean, that he was sort of implying their innocence in any way. So it actually made him come out, or his publicist or his agents or whatever, come out and say, hang on a minute, this was not saying that I think they're innocent. It just happened to be there, and they asked me for a photo, etc. So they're like these rock star parents. I mean, look at, she's, really smiling though. That's what I don't like. That I don't know. I mean, your daughter's gone missing. You don't know where she is. She could be being, you know, RAPD'd somewhere. She could be being trafficked all over the world. And you're smiling. You know, you couldn't even get out of bed, could you? You couldn't even hardly, you know, you wouldn't be sort of having such a good time. I don't know. Bless her. Anyway, so that was something else I wanted to show you. No, we're getting there. We're getting there. Now, today, one of my favourite YouTubers, as you know, JLR, he gave a little update about, now he thinks they're guilty. I was surprised at him coming out and saying that according to his contacts, and he has contacts. Let's have a look what he has to say. Let me just put it on. Well, just got to take it off mute.
Active Amber Alert in the country. She's been missing since June 15th, 2021. Where is Summer Wells? Now, let's talk about Don Wells and Candace Wells, particularly Don Wells, who is the prime suspect in the disappearance of Summer Wells, Summer's father, Don Wells, who's been in and out of prison and jails throughout the country for the last 40 years of his life. Now, Don and Candace Wells, they have boys together that were taken away by the Tennessee DCS. You can call them Child Protective Services, whatever you want to call them, the agency that protects kids. Those.
I definitely feel from this, because I don't know, I probably wasn't following JLR when this all kicked off. If he was covering it, then I need to look at his old videos. But you can see he's definitely not a fan. Let's say he's definitely not a fan. So you can see that he definitely does not believe them.
Boys were taken away from the Wells and are safe. We want to assume they're safe right now. Trust that process. And the Wells's parental termination rights are about to be terminated. They're about to get their kids taken away.
So he's saying that their parental rights are about to be terminated. Now he says that they're safe, the kids, you know, but foster care, etc., is not brilliant either, is it? But what's the alternative? You know, as I say, about a month after Summer disappeared, they removed the other children from the parents' care. So there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. They haven't just done that because you know, they felt like it. They've done it because they feel that there's a risk to the children. You know, at all costs, the things that they've tried to do the most are leave the children with the parents, of course. And if there's only one parent, to leave them with the one parent. So for them to take them away, you can see that the police are seriously concerned about the safety of these kids. But it's a shame, isn't it, that they have to go into foster care, because sometimes that's not ideal either.
That is the word. That is sources that were told to me. Probably a good thing, right? I would say, yeah. But Don Wells' team, his camp, in particular Tim Mullen, the Wells media manager, they're not happy with DCS, and he is making more and more rambles.
I know. Who has a media manager? I'll tell you who had a media manager, the McCanns. How do you have a media manager?
Calling them out. The agency that took the Wells boys away. So I want to show you the latest post by Tim Mullen, who works with Don and Candace Wells. This is the latest Facebook post on Find Summer Wells, who was ran and operated by Tim Mullen, who works with Don and Candace Wells. It's time to upgrade DCS CPS policy procedures for the 2023 world we live in. Amber Alert families must be handled differently. There is a proverb: you don't strip a person naked and then punish them for wearing no clothes. There can be no focus, no healing, no balance for a family who has experienced the hell of a missing child if you strip them naked after the event. It is a self-defeating policy. It's cruel. It's abuse. It's neglect. You can't shoot a patient in the heart and then hand the person a textbook for Gauls, G-A-U-Z, goose.
Gauls.
Wake up,
Gauls.
DCS. They are bleeding to death. Hashtag Amber Alert families, Josie, Wyatt, Waylon, Summer, Wells. Support the Wells family, the Don Wells.
Now, and JLR goes on saying, I agree with him. This is not an Amber Alert family. The Amber Alert is for Summer. Quite often, unfortunately, but it's a sad truth, quite often when children go missing, it is the family that is responsible. So this is not an Amber Alert family. These are the parents of a missing child, or parents of a child who's got an Amber Alert, but I wouldn't call them an Amber Alert family. Let's see, I'm going to fast forward him a bit. You can obviously go over to...
So the boys are not back in their custody. Doesn't look like the Wells have done anything whatsoever to get their boys back. I feel like the Wells, Don and Candace Wells, both of them are a danger to children and shouldn't be around any children. Summer Wells, if she's found, I don't think she's alive, but if she's found, dead or alive, never put back in the hands of Don and Candace Wells, particularly if she's alive, right? The agency will take Summer Wells. Don and Candace Wells will never have custody of Summer Wells. What's going to happen with that case? Again, Don Wells is the prime suspect. The father of Summer Wells is the prime suspect in the case. That's what law enforcement sources have told me. He's not cooperating with the investigation whatsoever in the disappearance of his daughter.
Yeah, this is something that the police have been saying. They're not cooperating. They're not cooperating. Well, that's a big red flag right there, isn't it? Because if you were the parents of a missing child, you would do anything you could to cooperate with the police to find your child. Now, just out of interest, what started this sort of bit of interest with me with Summer Wells is there have been some remains found. Now, I'm not saying they're Summer's remains, but there was some. There has been a skull found, not just round the corner from there, but not that far from where they are. So anyway, I'll keep you updated on that. But I must say, there is no. I'm not saying that it's Summer. It's just people have speculated.
Authorities, Hawkins County Sheriff, TBI, no evidence of any kidnapping in the area. Zero. They're not investigating anything to do with a kidnapping. What they're doing is focusing on Don and Candace Wells, who are not cooperating with the investigation.
So basically, they're not looking for anybody else. They're focusing on them, and they're not cooperating. Okay, let me just come back to the chat, make sure you're all okay. Have I missed anyone coming in? I probably have. Hi, Maltese. Hi, Bad Fairy. Hi, Katrina. Hi, Adina. I hope I haven't missed anyone coming in while I was off doing there. I think there is a GoFundMe, Jack, but I'm not sure, so I'd have to look into that a bit more. Okay, I hope I've said hello to everyone. If I've missed anyone, say hello to me again, and I'll try and because I've got so much to show. I mean, gosh, it's been over an hour already, and I've still got loads of things. So I hope you've got plenty of snacks and drinks, etc. Lots of provisions. Right, where am I going now? Oh, no, I'm getting down there, but I've got just a few things, but they're quite long things, that's all. What's that? Don't think I've got that. Oh, that's my own video then. Oh, what's happened to the other things I wanted to show you? Right. I think I've just clicked one down that I want to show you. Oh, I wrote it down somewhere. Oh, no. Oh, I can get back up on the history, can't I? because this is, I really want to show you this one, because it just completely freaked me out for reasons that I'll tell you. Oh, it's so annoying when you can't find what you're looking for. Yes, now, I don't know if you've seen, for those of you who have taken an interest in this case, is the interview room is a very popular channel, especially particularly in covering this case, though he covers lots of different cases. And I watched him being, Chris McDonough is called. Now, I saw him being interviewed on, so it wasn't News Nation, but it's one of those news programs, and they were showing like highlights. The thing is, his videos are very long. I can't go into a whole video, but there was one where he was talking in the early days when he's talking to Candace, and she takes him around the house. And it's very interesting. I don't know then. Let me see if I can find. No, I don't want that. Gosh, so annoying when you can't get up what you want to. How do I get onto his? Anyway, he was going around. Candace was actually showing him around the house. Have any of you seen that video? It's very interesting. So you can see it's a great big sort of rambling house with lots of different rooms. There's lots of what's the word? Lots of, not exactly rubbish around, but just loads of stuff. And it's a big house, so you can see these sometimes. When people have big houses, it gets filled up, doesn't it, with stuff. I want to find that video because it was good. And I don't know what I've done with it. It's not the News Nation one because we've looked at that. Here it is. Right, sorry that took me a while. Now, I think he allows you to use his content as long as you acknowledge it. So I'm acknowledging it. This is from the interview room with Chris McDonough. I hope he doesn't mind me using his content. I don't think he does. He does state on his channel that he doesn't. So let's have a look. So she allowed him in the early stages. Now, I don't know, as I say, I wasn't covering it from the early stages. So I'm not sure why she allowed him in, because I think when he first tried to interview her, she didn't want to know. She said, I can't talk to anyone because everybody's talking crap about me and this, that, and the other. Anyway, he must have stuck with it. And in the end, she did let him in. So she must have trusted him enough to let him in the house. So let's start there. No, there we go.
Hey.
And one thing I noticed is quite a lot of dogs on this property, and you hear kittens as well. So there's animals, quite a lot.
You know, I have much more respect for what you're telling me by standing here, and I got my little camera here, so. But I'm looking at this terrain, and I'm going, holy cow! She could have even. There's a million possibilities here down there, and there's the.
It's very remote, isn't it? It's very remote. You've got like loads of woodland around it, etc. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility that somebody might have kidnapped her.
Road down there.
Yeah, that's the road. That's my mom's house.
Okay.
Like literally, it's.
And this right here.
Now the grandma lives there as well. So bear in mind, this grandma has lost her daughter. You know, Summer's aunt who disappeared, and nobody knows what happened to her 10 years before Summer disappeared. So there's been a lot of disappearances in this family. But anyway, Candace, the grandma, lives in that white trailer that we just saw. Let's see. This trailer, that's where the grandma lives.
You know, I have much more respect for what you're telling me by standing here, and I got my little camera here, so. But I'm looking at this terrain, and I'm going, holy cow! She could have even. There's a million possibilities here down there, and there's the road down there.
Yeah, that's the road. That's my mom's house.
Okay.
Like literally, it's.
And this right here.
Usually you can see the road because they have went through here and mowed and took down a bunch of stuff away from the power lines.
Okay.
But usually it's full up. You can't even see the road.
That day, though, how was it? Was it full up, or was it like this?
That day and a few days prior to that, they were working on this.
Okay.
So I've even come to.
No, I mean, somebody was saying, I think I just saw in the chat that the house was deemed not safe for the kids, and that's why they've all been removed. I mean, also this outside, you know, kids would love that, wouldn't they? I mean, let's face it, kids love playing outside, having all that room to run around in, and that it's sort of almost looks idyllic for kids, but not if they're not safe, of course.
Conclusion, maybe one of them people have snatched it.
Oh, interesting.
Because they were all the way up here.
Yeah, I see those the path down there. I see the tracks down there.
Yep.
You over there.
And they were all the way up here to my light pole.
Okay. And you told TBI all this, right?
I told TBI this, yes.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, I can see the cars going by. That is not far from your property.
Mm-mm.
Is there a holler down there? I mean, is there a river of some sort?
The creek runs all the way around the property.
And how deep is the creek?
Right. So I'm just going to fast forward it a little bit because I want to really concentrate on the inside. So that you can see that the outside, it's isolated.
And this is her. That's her swing. Come show me her swing. Why is this? And who's this?
That is Smoking Boots.
There's the cat.
And how many dogs do you have here on the property? About.
Honestly, I don't know because people just keep dropping them off.
Hi.
But she doesn't know how many dogs they have on the property. So what's happened to all these dogs now? If they've had to move away, is the grandma still living there? Hope someone's looking after all these animals.
I know. Okay. Sorry. So this is her swing.
That's her swing.
This is her playground.
Yep.
And she loved this area. Boy, you know, I'm looking at this, and this terrain, Candace, just strikes me as being so dense and just. Is that what they say, the dog trail? Where's this dog trail thing? That
I'm not sure, honestly.
There's so many of them.
The dogs go in every different
Yeah,
way.
I saw the dogs came out of the woods as we were pulling up.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do that all the time.
Okay.
That trail right there, my boys, they ride those dirt bikes that are leaning against the truck over there.
Okay.
You can see there's one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things hanging around, isn't there? And you can see, although I think it'd be perfect for kids in a way, but it does look like there's a lot of stuff hanging around that might be dangerous for kids. I bet the dogs are loving it though. My dogs would love that. Absolutely love it. Okay, let's go in the house.
Huh?
I don't know why the dogs do it. It's still the cat food.
And is this they're gonna attack me?
No.
Oh, I was just I'm teasing you. The dog's gonna attack me. So this is the scaffolding you're talking about.
Yeah, that's my.
Okay, so she comes up, jumps up, and goes right in.
Yep.
Okay. How many cats? You know what? You should have like a zoo license. You know, I'm seeing all kinds of critters, which is good. Okay, where's Summer's bed?
Oh, it's in the basement.
Got it. Okay. So what happens when she comes in? The boys are playing.
Now, Summer's bedroom is in the basement, but wait till you see it. But what I just wanted to say is this guy, he reminds me a bit of JLR, and that he's good at getting information out of people. You know, he's respectful to his talking to other people that you see him interviewing is the same. That's how you get information out of people. He was a police officer, so he knows he's probably interviewed people and had to elicit information from people before.
And where?
No, the boys are actually sitting here.
Okay.
And they're actually sitting right here at the table watching TV.
Okay, so they're at the table watching TV. Okay.
They were all locked in. Nobody.
Do you know what makes me feel really good about my house? Because I sometimes think, oh God, you know, my house is getting cluttered or whatever, but it's nothing like that. I couldn't live in that clutter. I just couldn't, because I think when your house is cluttered like that, your head doesn't work, your brain doesn't work properly.
We could get in, nobody could get out.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Now who's this on up here?
That's my little sister that's missing.
Oh, that's Rose.
That's Rosie.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow. And who's the guy?
That's her ex-husband.
Wow. Do you think he had anything to do with that?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to go there.
Can't say.
How's your mom deal with that?
Oh, that's Rose. That's a picture of Rose. Is it this? Which picture? Is it about here or up here? And she said, oh, that's her ex-husband. Gosh. You know, do you see what I'm saying? It's unusual for two people from the same family to go missing just like that.
Difficult.
Yeah, I know. You know, I know, right? So, okay, watching TV. Where's Summer?
Summer, she was with me.
Okay, so walk me through that.
All right. Well, we walked up in here and we got Josie, Wyatt, and Waylon, the boys.
Right. You put the groceries down, right?
Yeah. Well, we went back out and then we brought the groceries in and put them down. And then Mom, she went and took her stuff to her house, put her stuff away.
Okay.
And then, of course, me and Summer went back over, put our stuff away.
Okay. You went back in.
Yeah, me and Summer went back in the house. And then we were just doing normal stuff.
Okay.
Around the house.
You know, I don't know. What impression do you all get from her as she's talking? I mean, it's hard to say. Is she lying? I don't know. She doesn't seem to be, but it's hard. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's impossible to say, really. The police seem to think they did it, or at least that he did it. Maybe he did do something and she doesn't know.
That's like we normally do. And I come out, Mom was sitting there at the time I come out, and I'm standing here. Okay. I was like, what are you doing? What are you staring at? She's like, these plants, I got to get them transplanted. I was like, well, Summer will help us. So I went back in. By that time, she was sitting on the floor playing with her toys.
Right here?
No, in the kitchen where we were just at.
Okay.
She was actually sitting on the floor playing with the toys at that time. I said, Summer, you want to help plant flowers? And she jumped up, left her toys and us, of course.
Oh, that little kitten crying. Oh, bless her. I hope somebody's looking after them animals.
That's good.
Yeah, well, that's what kids do. It's their job.
Right.
Okay.
We walked over here and we transplanted these cactuses from the little pots that they were in. We transplanted these ones here into this bigger pot and that one into that bigger pot. And then she took the rocks that we've gotten from different gem mines when we went up to Gatlinburg and stuff.
Okay.
And she's the one that spreaded all the rocks around in here. and then she put her puppies in him. She wanted Chase in there, you know.
Okay.
That was cool.
Where are those puppies now?
What do you mean?
Oh, the little puppies,
The little,
her real ones.
yeah, these little.
Oh yeah, those little guys. Oh, that's Paw Patrol.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the police one.
Yep, that's Chase. He's always on the case.
Okay. Okay.
Then we went
Oh,
in
I
there.
see another one over
Yep,
here.
She put him in there. Yep, you're on the cactus.
Okay. Don't take those out, okay?
No, I leave them right there.
I know.
And then we went in my mom's way. We can't get in there.
Yeah,
It's all
that's
good.
fine. Went in
We
there.
went in there and got some.
Okay, going back in the house now. Let's wait till they get into the house.
Down under there.
Oh, down
No.
into her
Down into
bedroom.
our bedroom, and then hers is on the other side.
This completely freaked me out
literally
because
walked
when she goes into the house and she shows
kitchen
him,
table,
Got him.
and I watched her walk in there, and afterwards, when she was already in there, I walked over and said, "Quiet," and he looked at me and I said, "Watch Sissy, I'll be right back." And that's when I walked back over to my mom's,
Okay.
and I was fixing her brace and stuff like that, and I said, "Well, Mom, I got to go back over with the kids." And that's when I come back up into the house
Okay.
with the boys.
Okay.
Not that.
You walked into the house.
I walked into here. Get up. I walked in here and them three were sitting right here in row with their eyes glued to the TV, like always. And I said, "Boys, where's your sister at?" "Well, she just went downstairs, Mom, to play." So I went over here like this, because this is where the stairs are.
Okay.
It's actually down under there.
so this is how you get into Summer's bedroom. And I'll tell you why this freak. Well, let's just look at it first.
Oh, down into her
Down into
bedroom.
our bedroom, and then hers is on the other side.
Oh, okay, in the basement.
Yeah, in the basement.
Well, this makes sense now. See?
And then I yelled, I said, "Summer, Summer." And she didn't. I listened for a minute. I didn't hear nothing. So I went like this, because this is how I always get down here.
Yep.
I don't know if you want.
So that's how you go into the bedroom. You have to sort of turn around, crouch down.
Do I got to be tiny to get in there?
No, you should.
Can we come in from the other side?
Well, we can, but it make more sense if you went this way.
Okay, I'll follow you. Oh man, good grief,
No, I know
girl.
if my 6 foot husband can fit down here, you can.
Huh?
My husband's 6 foot. I know if he can fit, you can.
This.
Oh, so he's a big guy. Ron is 6 foot. Now, I'll tell you why this freaked me out when I saw it, because I've never seen anything about this case before, and I didn't know anything about the house. I didn't know anything. I literally did not know anything. All I've ever seen is the picture of Summer with her blonde hair and her blue eyes. But a couple of months ago, I remember it as soon as it, have you ever heard that expression when something breaks your dream? You have a dream about something, and quite often you forget, don't you, when you wake up what you've dreamt about, and then something might happen later that day or later on, not normally a couple of months later, and I can't remember exactly when I had this dream, but I dreamt about this. I dreamt that I was going down into like a bedroom or into something, and it was like a hatch like that, and I was panicking because I get claustrophobic, and I felt like really claustrophobic, like I couldn't breathe, and I woke up like and it was when she started going down there, it was just exactly what I dreamt, and I don't know why where that would have come from, because I've never seen this before. Today is the first time that I've seen this. It absolutely freaked me out. So at some point I dreamt about this.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it gives me the shivers.
This is mine.
Be stuck down there.
Okay.
And over here, well, it's a mess again.
That's all right.
But this is where Summer.
Now, when he was being interviewed, the guy on the other news program that I was gonna show you this on, he said there was something inappropriate on the TV. Now, I don't know what he meant by inappropriate. Can we see what it was? Because it's not PORN, is it?
She didn't. I listened for a minute. I didn't hear nothing. So I went like this, because this is how I always get down here.
Yep.
I don't know if you want down here after she went missing because I didn't want them upstairs by themselves.
Okay. And this is all her toys.
They were all her, like the trucks and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the game system. That's the boys'.
Okay.
But they were all her toys.
Because the bedroom, that's Summer's room, and their bedroom, Ron and Candace's bedroom, is also down there.
And she's really into Paw Patrol. I see that.
I've been collecting from day one. And these are all her little ponies that we run. And then these are them girls that she likes. Them new fashion, I don't know what they are, little. She just likes all kinds of.
What do they call these? Oh, this is a little such.
Yeah, I don't know what they were.
She did talk about in the present tense then. She said these are the little whatever she likes.
Really called, but she liked them, and so I just every time I go to the garage sale, I'd buy her what she wanted.
Okay.
You know, whenever I got a little bit of money, I spend it on the kids.
Yeah, this is her. This is. I understand her now.
Yeah.
Even better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is really important.
But yeah, I come down and I searched. I looked up underneath the beds under there. We can't really get on. I can't get on there.
Yeah.
But I looked under there, looked under every blanket I could possibly look under.
Yep.
And then I come over here and I looked on one side and see nowhere. And I don't recall if this was locked or not. I don't recall that.
Okay.
But I know it's hard on me. But I know I did come out here and I said, Summer. Because sometimes she'll sit right here and just sit here and play just for, and usually when she.
I mean, there is a door, at least. She said I can't remember if it was locked or not. I don't know. Oh, I mean, it's a very strange house.
She comes out and she goes directly that way up to the swing.
Oh, okay, so this is like her.
Yeah, she
come running out. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can see the path here.
Right to the swing.
Right, you can see where she could have run right up to
and
here.
And this is all the further she would go. She wouldn't leave.
Okay.
She wouldn't go out nowhere else.
Okay. I want to go around this side. What is this blue thing here?
Oh, that was we were putting trash.
Anyway, so that's the house. Now, something else that I read as I was researching, etc., is there apparently was some friend of his who used to come over and stay in the shed or whatever when he had an argument with his wife. I'm going to have to look into that on another time because, I feel like, I've been on for an hour and a half and I think we're going to have to do it in more than one part because there is so much, because I've never done anything on this case before. There is still so much to talk about, isn't there? You could go on forever really about this case, but is the best case scenario that she's alive and she's been trafficked? I mean, that's not a nice thing to think about, is it? It's sort of, I don't know what I'm thinking. I mean, the best case scenario is if she's been taken by someone and kept safe, or and she'll be found one day. And it does happen. It has happened. I think it was Elizabeth Smart, that's another case I'd like to cover someday. And she was snatched. I mean, she was, abused by a kidnapper, etc. But at least she wasn't trafficked and sold all over the world for sex. And she was eventually found safe and well. And there was those other girls that were kept by that. There was a guy, he had quite a few of them in his house, and they managed to escape one day. I can't remember what his name was or what their names were. There was another famous case. He kept these girls in his house for years until finally one of them escaped. Is it going to be a case like that somebody's got her somewhere hidden away, but she will be found, or has the worst happened? And is it Don, has something happened, maybe in an accident, or maybe deliberately? Don has got an aggressive and violent streak. So, you know, that's clear to see if he's been sort of done for domestic abuse a couple of times. So, it's one of those, isn't it? It's one of those cases. It's a mind boggler. Yeah, Fritz old Chumbury was another one. You know, kept his daughter underneath the house for all those years, and she had children, and you know, you just don't know, do you, what's going on? You don't know what's going on in people's houses sometimes, do you, behind closed doors? You just don't know. There'll be people out all over the world. You know, we obviously we concentrate on UK, Australia, Canada, etc. These countries of our where we all speak the same language. But you know, a lot of YouTube channels that I watch, crime channels, you know, they deal with cases all over the world. It happens everywhere, you know. Yeah, Angela, it could be an accident that was covered up. I'd like to think it was an accident, not something deliberate, but maybe he lost his temper. You know, we don't know for sure that he did it. I know everybody thinks, the police obviously do think that he did it. Whether she was involved in it or not, you just don't know. Maybe that sometimes happens. One partner or another does something, the other partner doesn't know. You know, that happens too. There's so many scenarios. But I think at the end of the day, because the police aren't really seriously looking for anybody else, so you wonder what evidence the police have got. Maybe they've just not got that final bit of evidence that they know will stand up in court, and when they take him to court, he will get found guilty, because they don't want to take him to court and him not get found guilty. They don't want there to be reasonable doubt, do they? It's got to be 100%, because, you know, they can't take a chance that he'll get tried and get away with it, and then they won't be able to try him again. So they've got to make sure they've got all their ducks in a row before they take him to court. There may be some evidence somewhere that the police haven't, they're trying to tie it up with something else. I mean, who knows? We don't know. We're not au fait with what the police know or don't know. And the most important, that if poor little Summer is no longer with us, the most important thing is they need to find her remains, don't they? Because that'll tell them so much more. So. Oh, Phyllis, you're always travelling here, though. Never. I want to come and travel to Ohio. Yeah. Yeah. So, does she know? I mean, you know, maybe she doesn't know. You know, at the end of the day, she's not the sharpest tack, is she? You know, with all due respect, you can see she's not. And if there is DV in that relationship, you know, is he like just keeping her in the dark, or even if she knows something, is she scared of him? You know, you don't know what their relationship is like, do you? So, okay, so that's part one. I mean, there'll be more things coming out. I'm glad that I looked into this case, because now I've got more of an understanding of the whole situation, because I had no understanding of the situation, really. You know, I literally didn't know anything about it. I think there was actually just one more thing, like Columbo. Let's have a look. Yeah, because when I had a look at Candace's YouTube channel, let's have a look at this. Again, I can't play the music because I know that YouTube won't let me do that. Or they'll let me do it and then they'll, like, you know, sting me for, hi Annie, hi Rustic Rage. Yeah, one of the things that I thought was strange, look, she's put this, well, she's only got, well, she's got this video on, which is all about the kids. Let's watch it. Need to see. Love my kids. Here's all the kids. This is obviously quite a long time ago. Oh. Gosh. I don't like those shaved heads on these kids. Maybe they had nits, though. You don't know. Maybe that's why they had shaved heads. But why not just say that? So, now going back. So that was 4 years ago. So that was before Summer went missing. Now this, on her playlist, she's only got 2 videos. She's got this video, My Baby, and then she's got, Gone Too Soon. And then she's got TikToks that should be illegal to watch. So they're just totally inappropriate for each other. Let's have a look at this. This is a video she's put on, Gone Too Soon. I think the lyrics will come up. Oh, got to turn the sound down because we can't have, I say, YouTube won't let me do it, but. Now, as I say, I can't play the music because YouTube will definitely get me for copyright with the music. I might put a little bit of it on just so that you get an idea. It's like obviously very sort of moving song. But to me, when I looked at when I first saw this video, straight away I thought, well, it's like, how do you know she's not? It's like she was DAD. You know, this is the sort of song that you would put on for somebody who you know is not coming back, in my eyes. But I don't know. Yeah, sorry, I'm going to turn the volume down now. Did you see what I'm saying? It's the words, the lyric, you were gone too soon. That's like talking about somebody who is DAD. Now, things can happen in the blink of an eye, you know. It might have happened how she said it happened. It may have been the friend of her husband, you know, we just don't know. We don't know. You were gone too soon. Shine on, shine on. On to a better place. Well, if you're saying that someone's gone to a better place, then you're definitely thinking they're no longer on this planet. Yeah. So do you see what I'm saying? You were gone too soon. So she's obviously not expecting her to come back. You know, gone to a better place, etc. So I did find that a little bit. I didn't like that because to me, that song that she's chosen there to put on about summer it's a lovely song, and that, you know, if you knew for sure your child was DEAD, it'd be a lovely song as a tribute to put on. But she's not supposed to know what's happened to her, so it just struck me as, you know, I don't know. I just thought it was worth. Yeah, hi, Katerina. And yes, definitely, Angela. He keeps saying one way or another, what was it? Yeah, in the resurrection, or one way or another on this earth or the next, I'll see her again. You know, so that's it. They're both, Bad Fairy, what do you think? She deleted herself. Yeah, that is definitely a song for someone who's passed, not for someone who's missing. I did think that was strange. Okay, well, I hope I remembered to say hello to everybody. Hope I didn't miss anyone. She personally reminds me of Shannon Matthews' mum a little bit. And he's like, I can't work out what I think about him. He's an odd one, but anyway, we'll see. Time will tell. Hopefully, we will get to find out what happened to that beautiful little girl. Yeah, maybe. The thing is, though, how smart it's about what they did with the body, as far as I'm concerned. If they did do something to her, where is she? I mean, there's that, you can see that landscape is massive. That is a hell of a place to search. You know, there's be millions of places where you could hide a body. And of course, you know, a little body like that, it's like, how difficult is it to put her into a bag or whatever and take her off miles away? I mean, you know, it literally is looking for a needle in a haystack. Having said that, they've got phones, haven't they? They've got mobiles, because she was all over TikTok. So maybe they have got mobile pings. Maybe they do know sort of round about the area, but they've still got to actually find that area. And sometimes look at Suzanne Morphew, only just been found because they were looking for somebody else. You know, sometimes that happens, doesn't it? So we'll see. Hopefully we'll get some, needle in a haystack. Okay, thank you so much for being here with me, all of you. I really appreciate you more than you know. And thank you all for liking, and take care. And you know, I still can't get over that dream that I had. I was in that room, but I didn't even know. until I saw that. Oh, it's very strange. Anyway, so yeah, have a great weekend. I will maybe release a video tomorrow, but won't do a live probably tomorrow unless something happens. You never know. As soon as I say I'm not going to do a live, something happens, doesn't it? So, but I'll be back on definitely whatever for Serial Killer Sunday. So thank you so much. Shelley, hope you're okay. Hope you're all okay. Think of all of you, you know, in the morning and at night when I go to bed, when I say my little prayers at night, and I always include all my chatters. So thank you so much. Remember to live and love carefully, wisely. Prayers for summer and some resolution, but no, it doesn't look very positive for summer, but anyway, we'll see. Thank you so much. Till I see you again, may your God go with you. Love you loads. Bye.